Episode of the Pez and Pork Show. I am joined by the one and only Dr. Pez and, of course, Johnny back in the booth. Welcome. After a 1-week hiatus, Pez, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good, mate. We've took out the Niners, we took out the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Good time. That defense is eventually, we're starting to see what all the hype was over Mike McDonald. Like,
yeah.
Everyone, all the experts giving the Cardinals like, oh yeah, they're the dark horse, this, that, and the other. Did they score a touchdown? That seems to be the celebration of college football in the NFL at the moment.
Are looking good. They bottled up Murray. You know, that's not too difficult. You could probably use a 4-ounce bottle as big as he is. But, you don't need the big boy bottle. But, if you're a Seahawks fan, you got to be feeling pretty good about your future other than perhaps, Geno Smith is no spring chicken. So you got to be thinking about that QB position. Any thoughts on long-term fix there? Daniel Jones, perhaps?
No. Geno's all right. The issue is interception. If anyone watched the game, will know what I mean. His interception we drove down the field, our first decent offensive play, and he could have just run for the first down. And instead, he plays hero ball, throws it just directly at their player. And that's the frustrating thing for me. So the jury's still out on Geno.
Geno's the perfect QB for Seattle right now. Young team. He's doing what's being asked of him, getting him victories. But you got to think in 2 years, this is going to be the prime window for these young guys. Is Geno going to be ready or able in 2 years? I would think not at his age. What is he, already 33? So
31. Yeah. The issue with Geno is, and Seahawks fans, any who listen to this or see this might try and buy
34.
He's 34. Jesus. Well, the thing with Geno is, I've always said it. He's bang average because he's not done anything new. Do it's his third year starting, and he's just doing the stuff that we know he can do. He's not really improved.
He's not losing games,
But the offense ain't winning them at the moment. That Jackson Smith and Jigba is,
wow.
He's nice a sight to behold him.
Yeah, what about Aaron Rodgers to the Seahawks next year? Daniel Jones is the backup.
I'll give you one. We will retire Aaron Jones this week. And Aaron Jones? What am I talking about? Aaron Rodgers. I ruined that bit, didn't I? We'll retire him this weekend. After this, if this defense carries on playing the way they do and they get to that guy, he won't finish that game. I genuinely don't think he'll finish that game.
My bold prediction from 3 weeks ago is eventually going to come true. Aaron Rodgers is going to he's going to be done at some point. He's going to be asking, why am I doing this?
This weekend, we'll get it done. The way that defensive line and the way the Jets' offensive line, if our defensive line comes like they did against the Cardinals, he won't make that game. He will not finish that game.
And I know you're proud of the Seahawks, as you should be. They're playing well, and they are in first place. A division with the 49ers, which are not playing so hot right now. But I must say, I got to, if you remember back 8 weeks ago, before the Cowboys played the Steelers, I said that it's highly likely that they go into the Washington Commanders game with exactly 2 or 3 wins. And that's exactly what they did. Yeah. I was one game off. They beat the Steelers. That was the only one that I was wrong on. And of course, they go into the Commanders game and they beat the Commanders, hurting their draft decision. I never know what to think about the Cowboys. And Jerry Jones, of course, in the owner's box, wearing shade because it's too bright.
Because he's too old. But hey, them Cowboys, bloody return. What did they do? Returned an onside kick for a touchdown. Was it kickoff return touchdown? Bloody good win.
It's the first time they had 2 missed field goals, 2 kickoff returns, and I think a onside kick or something in the same game. It was crazy.
The annoying thing about it though is really when you look at it, because realistically, you need to be looking at QB options or something. Like,
well, we got Dak for 3 more years, no matter what, man. His contract has no trade, and it's all guaranteed money, pretty much. There's no getting rid of Dak.
Yeah, true. You need weapons, don't you? Really?
Yeah, we need a second receiver. We need a running back. We need an offensive lineman. I mean, Dan Quinn leaving. I know you're not a Cowboys fan, but if you remember the year before Dan Quinn arrived, right? The Dallas Cowboys had one of the worst defenses in the history of the NFL. Dan Quinn arrived and changed the complexion of that team. Dan Quinn leaves, and you look at our defense. Our defense has holes. Of course, I will say the Cowboys have had a lot of injuries this year. I mean, Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland, Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, they've all missed significant parts of the season. Those are for all-pro players. So
a lot of change, and Jerry Jones hasn't really done you any favors, because if your offense doesn't complement your defense, or your defense doesn't complement your offense, you get what you're getting. Like the Seahawks, for example, the offense at the moment just isn't getting any rhythm, but the defense is doing enough. So the defense is helping out the offense, whereas the Cowboys they don't have it on either side, do they? So
yeah,
maybe you'll get Austin Genty in the draft.
Oh, I am certain. I am certain that is what the script is already being written.
For him to then get injured in his first game.
In complete unerasable ink in the script for next year. GNT is going to the Cowboys. Yeah, that's guaranteed. 100%. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. So let's get with the show. You ready?
Yeah, let's get after it.
Got a lot to talk about. All right, Johnny, let's do it. We have a trade between the Newcastle Colts receiving Jalen Waddle, doing the little Waddle walk there, and the Yorkshire Finns. He receives Rico Dowdle. Now, I'm looking at the Finns roster here. They have Derrick Henry. It's a 1 running back league. They don't really have any backups that are, consistent performers. They got Braylon Allen, which is every now and then he'll put up 8-9 points, but then you're likely to get 0.05 points the next week, right? So I can understand why the Finns did it. I think giving up Waddle is quite a bit. What's your take on this? Waddle had, I think, 28 points this week, if I'm not
33.4. It's saying on the teleprompter at the bottom. I don't know really because Waddle's so hit and miss. It's untrue.
Mm.
Jonnu Smith just seems to be the number one in that team at the moment. The fact that I'm guessing that's Duke in it.
Yes, that is.
And he's a Dolphins fan.
Yes, he is.
So for him to give away a Dolphins player makes me
That's exactly what I was thinking earlier today when I was looking it over. I'm like, he must have really wanted some running back depth. No one else was biting on Waddle. He has Debo.
His running backs stink, don't they?
Yeah.
He's got Derrick Henry.
And he was probably expecting more from Marvin Harrison. But, the Orkney Bowl, surprisingly, I think some people get lulled in with that one deep running back. It's a deep roster on offense. I think you have 3 wide receivers and 3 flex spots. That's a lot of spots to fill.
I get it. I can see compelling arguments for both sides. I don't think Waddle gives the Newcastle Colts depth at his wide receiver. Because look at his wide receivers. He's got Terry McLaurin, who luckily got that massive reception touchdown yesterday, or else he would have been stunk out. Christian Watson dropped a catchable potential deep touchdown. Devonta Smith was out.
Yeah. I see that being 7-3, second place, he has 4 guys on the IR. He's thinking, I better get some depth for the playoffs. Yeah. Luke is thinking, well, I might as well go ahead and get another running back in case something happens. It's not, Waddle hasn't been doing anything. I would call it a good trade for both teams.
Yeah, I'd say it's even. I'd say both players complement their teams for how.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It fits their needs. Fits what they need and want.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Johnny, let's go to the next one here. We have a consensus on this trade.
No need to stress. We have the couch for you with Dr. Pez.
Oh, my. Doctor, have I been feeling blue the last couple of weeks? I missed you last week. I've been going crazy. My head is having thoughts of Bo Nix versus Matthew Stafford in the playoffs. Who do I have? Who should I get? Is Jonnu Smith a guy I need to spend all my fob on? Dr. Pez, is Bo Nix playoff worthy?
How many points? He got 26 points. Yes. I'd actually say yeah, because his running is the Browns, the Colts. You can expect 2 big games from there. The Chargers he could struggle, but he played the Chargers earlier in the season, and he got 30 points there. What's really good. Then he's got the Cincinnati Bengals, and as scary as it is, and I will go as bold to say, with how Jaden Daniels' production's dropped off these last couple of games, Bo Nix could sneakily beat him to that Rookie of the Year at the moment.
Oh, he's the favorite. Going in the backstretch, I think Bo Nix is certainly the favorite right now.
I think Daniels is still probably tipping it. Like, don't get me wrong, it really helps. He got 43.5 fantasy points yesterday, but it's like 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, back-to-back weeks of interceptions. He's kind of slowly, regressing a little bit, maybe just having a rookie lull a bit.
He was injured a few weeks back, right? So I think he's playing with an injury.
Yeah.
It reminds me of RG3 so much.
Because it's going to be an interesting one. It is between them two for Rookie of the Year, definitely. But on the Bo Nix, I wouldn't hesitate to start him. Like, he's shown enough now, and he's growing, and you can tell Sean Payton fully trusts him with that team. So, I'd be confident you could run him into the playoffs.
I think Bo Nix landed in the perfect spot for him as a player with Sean Payton. Sean Payton got the perfect QB for his type of system. It's a match made in Bronco heaven.
Well, he's a similar. He reminds me of Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Younger Drew Brees. So Sean Payton's looking at it, thinking, I've just got another Drew back. So let's see what they can do with it.
What they can do. So what about Jonnu Smith? Is he a guy that is going to be Tua's go-to guy? I mean, he's the surprise tight end of the year, as we always have with Trey McBride last year. This year is Jonnu Smith. Can I rely on him in the playoffs?
At this moment in time, like, it's 2 games, 38.8, 35.55. It's like, I expect him to have another good game against the Packers next week. The Jets, even though if you look on Sleepers, classes them as a hard matchup, I disagree with that team. You don't know what San Fran are going to be like by week 16. Houston, they seem to be regressing. They got beat off the Titans. And then you've got the Browns. So if you have him in your team, it's like, if you say, let's say you have him and maybe a Jake Ferguson or a Pat Frymouth, I'd be playing Jonnu Smith over them. To be quite honest, at this moment in time, I'd play him over Sam Laporta. That's why.
Yeah, Laporta has not performed as well this year. The famous sophomore slump. You know? So, I believe we are past the trade deadline. Is that correct, Johnny? Am I correct on that?
No, you've still got today because we're technically still in the week. So after tonight's game.
Changes my question a little bit, or adds a question. If your team has Matthew Stafford, Kyrene Williams, Puka, or Cooper Kupp, should I be looking elsewhere if I'm heading to the playoffs? Are the Rams going to crumble down the stretch?
No, see, if you're taking that out of the game they just had against the Eagles, I just think Matthew Stafford put up a really nice game. I don't think he threw any picks or anything. I did look at his stat line. Let's have a look.
Puka had some good receiving numbers, I believe. 10 receptions for 100 and something yards.
So, yeah, they all got 25, 24, and 21 points. The way Matthew Stafford dices it up and throws it about and stuff, I still think you could Kupp and Nakua, I'd still not hesitate at starting them. Stafford, on the other hand, unless you have to play him, it's one of them spots.
Find someone different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them spot starts because if we quickly look at his, he's not got it easy. The Saints' defense has rallied behind. Is it Izzo, their temp manager? Buffalo, their defense seems to be a bit of a weapon at the moment. San Fran is always difficult, but the
Rams, man, they have a tough schedule this year.
Yeah, do you know what? Puka and Kupp, I'd carry on playing. Stafford, on the other hand, if you have him, I'd try and get another option.
And Kyrene Williams?
Yeah, see,
he's been a touchdown machine in the first 8-9 weeks, and then he kind of cooled off the last couple of weeks, and then a touchdown last night.
He's got a nice schedule. See, the Saints struggle against running backs. The Buffalo Bills struggle against pass-catching running backs. And San Fran. So I'd hold on to Kyrene. Like, unless you can trade him away, like you said, unless you can trade him away today for another running back in that top 10, then try and maybe catch someone, because Mixon has scored a touchdown, I think, in every single game he's played this year until.
So you're buying Mixon.
Well,
Sell Williams, buy Mixon.
I think so, because
John Taylor? Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, he seems to be still. The Colts are still battling. Let's have a look at his schedule going forward. Yeah. The issue is with Taylor, depending on your situation and your depth, he has a bye at week 14. What is the playoffs? And
yikes. First
could
week,
cost you.
Right? Yeah.
But if you have the strength, he has the Patriots this week coming up, a bye, the Broncos, the Titans, and then the Giants to finish.
Oh, my. Now, that's the guy to have if you can.
Yeah, because to the back end, the Titans and the Giants may have just been checked out a little bit.
So the last game.
Okay.
There you go. If you've clinched your playoff spot, you're looking good. Go get Taylor.
Yeah, go and get Taylor.
Well done.
I just think as well, if I was someone in a league where Cup, Puka, or Kyron are on teams that are struggling, I'd go and try and get them now, because the team who's struggling might get a bit pissed because they saw what happened with the Rams and the Eagles yesterday, but no one's giving the Eagles credit for actually being one of the biggest threats in the whole league to derail any team going. Like, both sides of the football, they're really gelling at the moment, but because everyone hates Nick Sirianni, no one's actually looking at the product they're putting on the field, and they're destroying it at the moment. So,
I hate the Eagles. I hate them. I hate them. You know, they used to be my second most hated team in the NFL, behind the Niners. But they are certainly the most hated team for me. I really hate the Eagles. Buddy Ryan, fucking snowball guy. Anyway, so I have another question, but we'll see how time is going, and maybe I will ask the last question at the end. I will put it in the chat box if you want to answer it later. You can, seeing how time is going. But let's take a look at our rookies here, Johnny. All right, we got our first rookie here, which we have already talked about a little bit, which was Jaden Daniels. 43 points in the fantasy world. You got to love that. While his team has certainly regressed, Jaden Daniels and his stats, as far as fantasy stats, are, wow, blistering. 2 TDs, you can't like that. Has the NFL started to figure him out? Is he hitting the wall in the rookie year? Or should we be expecting 43 or 30 to 40 points every week?
Looking at his points, I think you do expect a solid, like, definitely over 20, but I go as bold to say like a minimum of 20 to 25 points per game. You look at the games where he kind of struggled. The Carolina game, I think, is the game he went out injured, so you could take that out. And then the Steelers game, he only got 9 points, but that's always bound to happen just because of their defensive front. You always knew it was going to be a hard game. If not, you're lying to yourself. And then he kind of bounced back against Philly, who's got another strong defensive front with just under 20 points. And then he came back in a massive way with 43.5. So I don't think you panic about him because he used his legs. He got himself a rushing touchdown yesterday again, something he's not done in 7 games. So hopefully he's healing better with that rib injury he got in the Panthers game, and he's going to start running again going down the stretch because, like you said, teams are kind of figuring out this Washington team. They don't have the receivers. They don't have the depth at pass catcher. They've not got the quality, so he's going to have to start playing a bit of hero ball, Lamar Jackson style soon. What's only good for us fantasy players.
Being a Cowboys fan, of course, the Commanders are my top 5 most hated teams, right? But I do hope that Daniels has a longer career as a starter for the Commanders than RG3 did. He's explosive. He's an amazing talent. He's fun to watch. His stats, 2,400 yards with 5 games left. He's going to be close to 4,000 yards as a rookie. I think that's great at 5 interceptions, 12 TDs with his rushing stats. Future star of the NFL, just like Lamar Jackson. Next year could be an MVP year. Who knows? I think Lamar won it his second year, did he not? Or was it Lamar's third year?
Didn't he win it in his rookie year?
Let's see. What year did... Well, Johnny can check on that while we talk about our next rookie. Johnny, who do we have in our next rookie?
We got the Bo
All
Nix.
right. Bo Nix. Sorry about that. I was actually looking up. We have Bo Nix, which, of course, we have already talked about, ironically enough, which was the 12th pick for the Broncos. And I think he had a great game. He had some bad throws, of course. He's a rookie, but overall, he did not throw any costly INTs. 2 touchdowns for the year, only 6 INTs with 16 touchdowns, and he has 4 rushing touchdowns versus Daniels 5 rushing touchdowns. I will say again, I think Bo Nix is right now the leader for Rookie of the Year. If the vote was today, I think Nix would win
it. Recency bias. Yeah, Bo Nix will probably win Rookie of the Year, but altogether, yeah. So he won it in his second year. Yeah. Lamar Jackson, just to answer that question. Yeah, like obviously we look at it from a fantasy standpoint. You got to look at it as body of work and like actual play, but it's going to be a hard one, really, to split these two up. He's got the more favourable schedule going down the stretch. They've both got the same bye week, what's quite funny enough. Like, it kind of, in fantasy terms, no one gets an advantage on the other. They both literally have week 14 off together. He has the more consistency. Like, if you look at the INTs, 2 back-to-back, weeks 1 and 2, then nothing for 3 weeks, 1, nothing for 2, 1, nothing for 3. So he's probably going to throw a pick next week just to look at the balance of consistency in his interceptions. But look at his touchdown rate, like consistency in his touchdown throwing. He runs the football as well. So it is going to be an interesting race with these two. I don't think you're wrong by saying Bo Nix is in front or Jaden Daniels is in front. I think they're just literally neck and neck. They're just neck and neck. Like, Bo Nix just looks so comfortable. Like, Sean Payton, when he first came into the league, it's funny because he came into the league and he looked nothing like you saw at Oregon, where he got all the hype. And then as the years gone on, he's got stronger and stronger, and he
started terribly.
Yeah, he started really bad, and it's like everyone's laughing at Sean Payton, and everyone's saying, you dumbass, saying he's the next Patrick Mahomes and all this, that, and the other. He's definitely not the next Patrick Mahomes, but he definitely potentially could be the next somebody, because
he's the first Bo Nix.
Well, yeah. Shocking. Like, he's his own person, but everyone likes to compare everyone to someone in the past.
Yeah.
But I watched, because I was watching the Seahawks last night, so I was watching the majority of their games because the Packers were just absolutely dog walking the Niners, what I absolutely loved. So their game was on red zone a lot. And he's just spreaded the ball. Like, he doesn't get overwhelmed. He doesn't rush himself. If he messes up and, like, he doesn't, like, try and force anything stupid and things like that. He just seems to have a really good control of his offense now. What I think's only going to benefit him in the stretch for that Rookie of the Year. I think he's just still getting better and better and better.
Yeah, I was actually thinking exactly what Martin was thinking. He reminds me of Dak as a rookie. Dak had the legs, but he didn't use it as his primary weapon. Dak had, I think, 24 touchdowns versus 4 INTs his rookie year. He was very disciplined and was able to win a lot of games he also had Ezekiel Elliott, I believe, to help him out. Of course, the Broncos running game has not shined as much as I thought it would. I thought Williams would have a much bigger year than he has. But Cortland Sutton, as I believe Johnny pointed out, he started off slow, but the last 3-4 weeks, Sutton owners must be happy right now.
Did he get two touchdowns last night? Sutton?
I think so. Yeah.
I should know he's in my team, and I bet he's on my freaking bench because I got absolutely dog walked in the opening this week. Oh yeah, because he had Saquon Barkley 62.545. Johnny, your scoring's crap. Fucking cost me. Oh.
Yeah, I lost as well this week. My good vibes of my team, but I don't think I'm the lowest scoring team anymore. I've actually done fairly decently in my scoring, but
I've got Tua on my bench. How the hell did Tua get 41.45 fucking points?
Yeah, man. Tua owners right now, they're thinking, my gosh, I must be the gods are shining on me. Barkley. Johnny must be hating life right now, man. Releasing his $40 million QB, Daniel Jones, that they chose over Barkley. Barkley has 300 scrimmage yards, the 5th player in history, I think, to do it. My. Wow.
We should have got Johnny in for the couch. I think he needs it.
Maybe we'll give him some private time at the end of the episode here.
Oh. Look at Martin. Have you seen Martin's message? Made a future trades pick to win now in a keeper league and ran into Barkley, Jacobs, and Noah Gray.
Oh my!
Oh, that's fucked. Oh man, that's
actually Johnny and I are in a league called Playing for Keepers, a keeper league, and I think I am 3rd in the overall points scored, but I'm like 9th in the standings because I am number 1 in points against. Every week I'm playing like the top 1 or top 2 point scorer. I'm like, what? Come on. How is this possible? And the guy with the best record, I have like 300 points more than him or something. I don't know. Or I might actually I'm exaggerating. Hyperbole. I think I'm actually like 20. Yeah, Art. Yeah, you beat me twice. The last one ended my playoff chances. You fucking asshole. Johnny is my kryptonite in fantasy. I don't know if I've ever beat him. Now Luke or Duke Mueller, I think I beat him almost 90% of the time. He must hate it when I come up on the schedule. Right? But Johnny, I can never seem to beat him. Yeah.
No, look at him rubbing it in.
Whatever.
A quick one, in my mates league, Johnny's in that, and I played him this week, and he had Achen and Jonnu Smith. I've got like loads of my top players on bye. I picked Christian Watson up. If I picked any other middling wide receiver, I'd have a shot at going for him. But then in my best ball, what we won alongside it, I'm playing Johnny in the main league in the best ball, and I've absolutely destroyed him because I drafted the whole Eagles.
I think Johnny is looking for a cricket. Hiring one cricket.
Hiding away in the back there.
to play that violin. All right, Johnny, let's get out of here with Bo Nix. Quick question. If you had a choice between Nix and Daniels' playoff run, who you taking? How much do you consider the injury possibility?
I think the injuries for both of them at this moment in time, I think you're pretty safe, but schedule and consistency, I think Bo Nix is probably your more favourable one. Whereas if you've got Jaden Daniels, you've got to be happy he's rushing touchdowns in again, because that's what's going to get him all them points. It's going to help him in the pass game, because people are going to have to start respecting his legs again, because I don't think teams have been doing that, and I think it's something he's going to have to start doing again. But for now, Bo Nix will probably be your safe option.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're all three on board, and usually when all three of us agree, we're wrong, as we were last on the Thursday night football game
this weekend.
Down with a torn ACL and a ruptured Achilles, missing 18 months. Oh, my. I'm kind of excited. Just imagine these young QBs coming in. J.J. McCarthy next year is going to be back. You've got Bo Nix. You got Jaden Daniels. Wow, these young quarterbacks are starting to show. And next year, we're going to have Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward that could possibly be shining. We're finally replacing these old guys of Breeze and Peyton and Rodgers. I'm excited for it. All right, Johnny, let's go to the next one.
Drake May.
That's it. I knew I was missing one. Johnny may have had to take a break, so we'll just continue. So, are there any free agents, possible free agents? I know every league is different. So, are there any free agents that you would consider? Oh, Drake May, rookie. Dr. Pez, I told you I'm having mental health issues here. Why didn't you say something? I thought it was Bo Nix. It looks just like the Bo Nix picture. Can you go back to Bo Nix, Johnny? I want to see yeah, okay. And let's go to Drake May. Besides the color of the uniform, they look the exact same. I'm colorblind. I don't judge the color of jerseys.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. So, yeah. Thank you, Johnny. So Drake May, everybody, because, they can't wait to have another Tom Brady, cheating his way to 7 Super Bowl victories. They've been overhyping Drake May so much. And I think that this is the true Drake May. Someone that's not going to lose you the game, but he's definitely not going to win you the game. Am I wrong about this?
No, I think you're right. To be honest, I think the Patriots have the pieces on both sides of the ball. But was it Martin who put a comment in there? This offseason, they need to strengthen their O-line, protect him a lot better. And what else was there with that team? What I thought the other day, it's really O-line, because I do like their maybe a better receiver as well. To be honest, I'd say I don't mind like Polk. I think he's a really good player. So really strengthen the O-line and strengthen the running back room. I think strengthen the O-line, running back room are the two key pieces for them. And then obviously getting experience, try and get a good quality experienced wide receiver for Drake May. Because I think the defense is pretty set. I think that May will be able to do his business with the defense. I feel like the defense could have regressed a little bit as time's gone on, because like when the offense isn't really getting going, the defense, you check out a little bit, don't you? You're just kind of a bit like, this is fucking bullshit, but what we're playing for type. But I think fresh start next year, get him more protection, get him a decent run game, because Stevenson's all right, but I think there's better out there.
You know,
Like,
I'm already.
I think they'll go for Travis Hunter.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They have right now, if you look at all the mock drafts, they have 2 wide receivers picked in the top 5, I believe. So I think the Patriots will finish in the top 5. They're going to have the chance, I think, to draft their wide receiver of the future, knowing that Bill Belichick is not there. They certainly have a better chance of getting a good wide receiver. Because as we all know, any wide receiver drafted by Bill Belichick is literally destined to fail in the NFL. Inkel Henry, anyone? Or is that his name? Inkel Henry, Inkiel, or whatever his name is.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's at the Seahawks. He's on our practice squad now.
Is he? Is he? Yeah, you need it. He's on your team. You're like, wait a minute, that name sounds familiar. Oh, yeah, that guy.
He's a converted into a tight end now.
Oh, is he? And how's he doing? Is he making progress in that front? I mean, I pull for the guy as I do any, person that is drafted by the NFL. They have dreams, but he certainly did not work well for the Pats. No wide receiver worked well for the Pats. They traded for Wes Welker, right?
Belichick just hates them all, doesn't he?
I think so. He can't seem to get good young wide receivers. He had Moss, but they traded for Moss. They traded for Welker. I guess Edelman, but Edelman was a QB in college, funny enough. And, who else did they have at wide receiver that was drafted high, that performed?
I think the stat was a highly drafted wide receiver at the Patriots just never succeeded.
Yeah. It was crazy. But any defensive back they drafted almost immediately became all-pro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
He knew what he was doing with them.
It's crazy. You could get a round 6 DB and make him an all-pro by year 3. Crazy. And linebackers always seem to do well. But not linebackers brought in. You remember Bart Scott from the Ravens?
No. How long ago was that?
10 years ago, he made all-pro. The Patriots signed him to the free agency, and they released him like a year later. He stunk.
No, I don't remember that.
Is it Bart Scott? I think it's Bart Scott. I'll have to look that up.
Nah.
Anyway,
that's too much Patriots talk. Far too much.
Dude, I hate the Patriots. I hate them.
Yeah, they suck. Here he is.
Yeah. So it is Bart Scott. I'm right. All right. Caleb Williams. Of course, everyone wants to talk about Bo Nix. I mean, Caleb Williams here. Different picture and color, I noticed. Caleb did not look terrible yesterday. He made some amazing plays. To me, he doesn't remind me much different than Fields. I mean, they seem to be the exact same quarterback with almost the exact same numbers. Did the Bears do the right thing, letting Fields go and drafting Williams?
The Bears did the wrong thing by keeping Eberflus as the head coach. He's awful. I've never liked him. Awful. Like, Caleb had a really good game. He had a really good game against the Packers as well. But it's like you said there, you make the very valid point that they did this with Justin Fields. Eberflus wanted Fields and Caleb to play a certain way. It wasn't working. So then at the final quarter of the season, he eventually lets them play quarterback the way they are comfortable at playing quarterback, and then they start showing what they can potentially do. I just don't get it. Like you said, it is a mirror image with Fields and him. Don't get me wrong, Fields has a few more weaknesses than what Caleb does, but we'll find out next week because he's playing Detroit. We're going to find out next week. He's playing Detroit, then he's got San Francisco, then he's got the Vikings, and then he's got Detroit, and then he's got Seattle and Green Bay.
Yeah, just imagine all the offensive coordinators they could have hired. They could have hired Kingsbury out of Washington, right? They could have hired a lot of OCs that are excelling this year, but they got Shane Waldron that no one heard of, right?
Well, he was at Seattle.
He was from
have you not
Seattle.
seen the clip? Have you not seen the clip? So last year's Super Bowl, Jackson Smith-Njigba was at the media day doing an interview, and he was live. It was being live streamed, and he got asked, saying, "Oh, so have you heard Shane Waldron's been hired as the Bears OC?" And along the lines, he paused for a minute and went, "Are we live?" And he was like, yeah, we're live. And he was like, "Oh, I'm only messing." He went, "Yeah, good luck, guys." That's all he said. Like how players normally go, "Oh, yeah, he's such a good guy. He's such,"
I love
like
it.
literally buried him.
Oh my. I'm starting to like JSN a lot lot I really am. He might be my new favorite young wide receiver that everyone's going to overpay for, and then in 2 years I'm going to regret I didn't get him and overpay in my dynasty.
Yeah. He is brilliant. This year he's just been sensational. But yeah, back onto Caleb. I feel like.
So let me ask you this question: if you're starting a dynasty league, because we already know we're not starting him in the playoffs in the Orkney Bowl. So if you're starting a dynasty league, what round do you pick Caleb Williams?
Yeah, that's true, Martin. Just looking at Martin's comment. Yeah, that is true. I don't understand why they don't do this. I made a point last year or the year before. Like, look at what teams did in the last couple of seasons. Like, the Bengals got Burrow, and then they got his best mate. They got Jamar Chase because it works. Who else did that?
Nick got his guy Franklin.
Bo Nix with Franklin
struggled so far, but he's coming on. He's been showing signs.
And then it's like Stroud asked for Tank Dell for whatever reason, and then last year he after he got drafted specifically said, "Can you trade Tank Dell for me?" They got him, and them two had a really good connection together. And I think there's another pairing that came out of college, and then they followed each other. Like, I feel like
I keep trying to think who it was, and I can't remember. That's what happens at my age.
Yeah, I feel like if the Texans got Marvin Harrison or JSN, like that connection for the Texans would be absolutely just outrageous. But then I think Edabike is coming out of Ohio State this season because he stayed an extra year and he played with Stroud. So it'll be interesting to see if the Texans go try and get him to marry him back up with Stroud. So, yeah, it does make a compelling argument to.
What about, do you think the Bears would draft a wide receiver in the top 10 next year?
No.
Pair with Odunze, right? Because Allen really didn't.
Allen had a really good game yesterday. Really good game.
But he's getting old, right? So you're going to need a number 2.
Allen literally is the 1 year. He'll probably be gone next year. Right. DJ Moore will probably still be there. Odunze will probably still be there. So, yeah, maybe you go to USC, maybe find one of Caleb's pals, but I think Odunze will come on a lot better next year. It's that Eberflus for me. I can't take the Bears serious. I can't look at them. Caleb Williams, hopefully he's having a humbling experience this year, but I couldn't stand his demeanor and attitude, but I can't take that team serious at all until that Eberflus is out of there, in my opinion.
Right. I agree. But of course, the Bears always seem to make the craziest head coaching hires. What's the guy's name that was in the Canadian Football League? They hired him, and then they replaced him with John Fox. It was obvious he was washed up after his Denver, gig was up.
So he got absolutely bummed in the Super Bowl by the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think it's the curse of Lovie Smith. They won like 10 games, and then they fired him, replaced him, I think, with John Fox, I believe is what it was. And they've basically sucked ever since. Yeah.
Yep. Right. Should we get off the Bears as well? Because that's far too much bear talk.
Yeah.
I think the fun starts now, doesn't it?
We have 3 games on tap. Boys and girls, this is not for the weak-hearted. You got to make some tough choices here between the Bears and the Lions. This should be a nail-biter to the end. Pez, who you taking?
Lions. Easy.
Easy
are we doing all 3? So I'll just...
Yes.
Let's do one at a time, right? So we got Lions. Johnny, who are you taking?
Lions. Martin's also going Lions.
I am going Lions in a runaway victory. Not even close. So we shall see.
Right. Next game.
Next game. Dolphins versus Packers.
No, Giants against the Cowboys.
Oh, we have to go in the order here. Okay.
Cooper
Rush. We're going to leave it till last. I get it. He was going to leave it till last because you two are going up against each other.
Yeah, I thought I was the host, Johnny. You're in the production booth.
Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you where to go.
Right. We'll leave that till last because it's you two.
The boss has spoken.
We're both going to go Cowboys. Why the fucking
I'm going to go the Dolphins against the Packers.
Dolphins, Packers. I'm
going Dolphins.
I'm going Dolphins as well. Just out of a heart pick. I hope the Dolphins win, and so I'm going to be pulling for the Dolphins.
Johnny's going to go the Packers just to be different.
Johnny?
Already have. If you check your spreadsheet, I filled it in this morning.
Okay. I didn't see it.
I like to wait until the live reaction, Johnny. I don't like to have spoilers before we get talking. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, well,
right, the big one. I'll start because then you two can thingy. It's going to be hilarious when Daniel Jones signs a 1-day contract to go and play for the Cowboys just to beat the Giants. But I can't do it. Because I was going to go the Giants because Johnny always beats Pork. But I can't do it because they are fucking awful. So I've got to go the Cowboys. When Daniel Jones is doing the Marshawn Lynch, jumping into the end zone, grabbing his crotch all over the Giants' face.
You probably
I rarely go against the Cowboys. It takes a huge, huge game or a lopsided game for me to go against the Cowboys. No chance in hell am I going against my favorite team. I'm going Cowboys.
Yeah, so am I.
Wow. Okay.
And so
on every game.
Why the fuck
just
did I go for the Giants and that piece of shit? Did you? I watched the game last night.
Because Drew Lock is going to come in and start dicing it about, chucking his hands around.
Daniel DeVito, I'm here for your QB.
Yeah, you're all chirping if you actually won a fucking game. Shut up, you prick.
I love Matthew Stafford. What's his name?
Even the Cowboys defense is probably going to score 4 touchdowns.
You see what Baker did after he threw the TD? He was doing his DeVito. Better than DeVito.
Then he hurt his head when he fumbled the ball.
Yeah, I love it. I love Baker Mayfield. That's the worst thing they've done was trade him or release him, right? I think, and got Watson. I can't believe they did that. I mean, it ruined their franchise. Yeah, well, everyone says my accent sounds Polish. I don't know. So close enough to Russian, I guess. Yeah. All right. Who do we got next? All right. We have the fantasy draft.
No need to stress. We have the couch for you with Dr. Pez.
Johnny needs to. All right. I thought Johnny needed the couch for a minute. All right. We go to
Johnny's paying half attention to it and half attention to his sick daughter in the bedroom.
Yeah,
So,
awesome. I love it. I love it. We're a family show, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We have our favorite segment, I believe, the fantasy draft. Johnny, are you going to have the results of last week's scroll or this week?
yeah, I like how the week I actually won the week, we didn't actually have a show, so we couldn't see us scored 190 fucking points.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
you know.
We had Saquon Barkley this week.
Oh, my. With
Nobody
the
has
shit
Saquon
that I
Barkley
was
this week.
given? Oh, my God.
You had the best fucking lineup. What are you on about? I was
Yeah,
the one
but I
with
had
the
the
fucking
shitty
Giants. And the fucking...
teams. Let's take a look.
No,
What
you had-
teams did I have this week?
Pez had the better teams. I had the shit ones. You've actually still got one player to play. I never took out the Chargers. You've got the Chargers, the Browns, the Broncos, the Titans, Raiders, and Cardinals. I had the Steelers.
Yeah.
I had this. Yeah, you got
Titans
27
and
points for
Browns.
Tony Pollard. Yeah, 27 points for Tony Pollard. You got 18.5 points for Jerry Jeudy. You picked the
There
right
you
one
go.
for the Browns. Well, maybe. But I had Steelers, Giants, fucking Colts, Patriots.
Yeah.
I went for Kenneth Walker, and then I had Jaden Daniels, the only good player. Whereas Pez had Joe Mixon, Kay Doughton, Roma Dunze, Chuba Hubbard, Patrick Mahomes, and Jahmyr Gibbs. But you still got one player. So you still got Lad McConkey, but obviously I made
I
a
had
mistake in
two,
not taking him out.
tight ends
So,
this week. Very nice. I had Bo
Yeah,
Nix
Trey-
as my quarterback.
yeah, and Trey McBride 125 yards off 11 targets the last I saw. So yeah, not
Yeah,
bad.
nice. Yeah, hey, what can I say?
So the
I
only
know how to
two
do
teams.
fantasy draft. If I could just draft my Orkney Bowl team as well as I do my fantasy draft podcast team.
So luckily we don't have to pick a Browns player this week or Broncos. They're playing Monday Night Football.
All
So
right,
the
let's
overall
spin it.
standards, Pork's in the lead, I'm in second, and Pez is back in third. So we'll get started. So it's me to go first. Then it'll be Pez.
The Jaguars.
No,
the Vikings.
Vikings.
Okay.
I fucking
Who the Vikings
cheated.
playing? Oh, fucking shut up. Who the Vikings playing?
1 minute. Let me get the schedule up. They're playing the Cardinals. No, I'm on the wrong fucking week. They're playing
There's only one choice,
Cardinals.
Johnny. Justin
They're
Jefferson.
playing the Cardinals.
I don't know.
Addison
You're
had
the-
his big day this week. Next week, it'll be Jefferson's turn.
It's got to be Aaron Jones.
I think somebody's whispering counterintelligence into your ear there, Johnny.
I don't know. Like, Jefferson's not been the best this year, but I don't know.
Say,
What did Hawkins
really-
score this week?
Hawkinson, he did all right, didn't he? 18 points. Something. 1 minute, we do Orkney, so he would have more, wouldn't he? Let me, he got 100 and something yards, didn't he? He might be a good shout, him.
I'm going to go.
27.6.
Get my tight end out of the way.
All right.
Go on, lad.
Hawkinson it is. I can't argue with that. That's a good choice. Certainly not Aaron Jones.
I do like Aaron Jones, but no.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, man, just call me Pork.
Fucking Trey McBride, 41.7 fantasy points.
Yeah.
I did well.
Oh, you got the better boys.
Oh!
Pez has them, not you.
Pez. Rico Dowdle. Cooper Rush.
Give me CD Lamb.
CD the Lamb. All
Gonna
right,
go
going
fucking
against Johnny's Giants. CD
make a
Lamb.
lamb casserole out of them Giants.
It'd be more funny
Has
to get the
had
Giants, so
a
the next one put on your
lamb,
cheek.
little lamb, Dr Pez had a little lamb.
Where are we? We're stuck.
The Chargers win. My
Playing
first.
the Falcons, Herbert.
If I only knew how well McConkey did.
They're playing the Falcons, Pork. That's going to be points everywhere.
I'm going McConkey again. I think I picked him like 5 times this year in fantasy draft.
That's obviously working out for you. You're again. Well, give him the Giants.
Oh. Is Daniel Jones still available?
I don't get them for once.
Fucking brilliant.
Well, you never know. Neighbours might be okay because you'll be ranting and raving about the
Yeah,
game
I'm
last
going
night.
Malik Neighbors. They got 2 rookie wide receivers, first 2 picks. Lovely. Lovely jubbly.
That is just karma after you slagging off the Giants. Oh no, he's got the Eagles. Fuck. Pez is building a super team again, only to lose.
So,
Yeah.
Pez,
Eagles, Ravens.
AJ Brown.
AJ
Travis
Brown.
Barkley.
There, if you want to go tight end. You got Barkley. You got Hurts. You got to go
Got
Barkley, right?
Hurts. Saquon, 40 points and 6. Oh, he's on a heater at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, but the Ravens are pretty good run defense. They're not good at the pass, but they're good at the run.
You got Devontae Smith.
Well, if he plays. Johan Dotson. Dallas Goddard.
Yeah.
Give me Jalen Hurts.
Ooh.
Well, at least that's your QB today.
Oh,
And that, my friends, is why Pez is in last place.
Okay.
oh! KSN,
Who
isn't it?
they playing this week?
Jets. Kenneth Walker, 30 points.
I've got to go Walker. You know I like Walker. Didn't do him much this week, but he's got to get there eventually. Oh, he got a bit
19
banged up
points.
yesterday.
Got your 19
but
points.
compare
He's
the rest.
fucking hurdling guys. He's fucking doing everything he can with that shite old line and Gino down.
I would have gone JSN.
No, I think he'll have a slow game. Secondary's better than.
It's not taking the
Alcon-
teams.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
I've
taking
not
the teams out.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, it says the Cowboys, man. Yeah, I know you're going
No.
McBride.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, that's it. I forgot about that. Yeah, but
You got Marvin Harrison Jr., though. And
I think
Kyler.
Marvin Harrison will have a better game this week. Vikings
You got the
D's.
Terminator. You got the Terminator.
No, but I'm going McBride. I've got 2 tight ends, so that's one of my flex.
Amanda's.
Oh!
So
Fuck
tough.
me
You got
off.
Brian Robinson Jr. You got Scary Terry. You
Right.
got some guy at tight end.
I'm
Zach
changing. I'm changing the Eagles to Barkley and having Jason.
No, you're not. You could have done last week when you got the list, but not this week.
Told you.
Oh, they're playing the Titans, man. Both running backs went out fucking injured as well, didn't they?
Eckler got
Oh,
a sore.
is Robinson injured?
Eckler's
I didn't know that.
Eckler's concussed. And
Eckler got a sore one. Robinson came back in though.
I know, but he only got 6 fantasy points. He's done nothing.
You
I'm
know
gonna
you're
have
going
to take.
Scary Terry.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to take Scary Anna. Oh, just give me it. Fuck's sake.
McLaughlin all the way with McLaughlin.
Right, so bear in mind they're not going to come out, so it's probably too late to change.
Let me guess. I'm going to give the Titans. My next team will be the Titans.
Hopefully.
Johnny's fucking cheating, giving me the Giants and the Chargers again.
You got the Packers.
Packers. Jalen Reed. Can I do that?
Jesus.
Can I have 3 wide receivers?
Yeah, that'll be your
Yeah.
flexes filled up.
All right. Now I got 1 running back or 2?
One running
One.
back, a tight end, and a quarterback.
Okay, let's do it.
So you got Fryermuth,
Najee Harris.
or
Oh,
what?
fuck off, man.
What? Man.
Fuck's sake. Why haven't I been spun again?
Oh, you got the Ravens.
What the Ravens system, Pez?
You could have had Derek. Oh my gosh, Derek Henry. Yeah.
You
got
can still
to.
have Derek Henry.
Yeah, you got him in your flex.
No.
I'm not.
He's got Lamb, McLaurin, and Hurts. He's not got a running back.
Okay,
yet.
there you go. It's got to be Derek Henry or Andrews or Lively, perhaps, or
Who have I picked so far?
Flowers.
CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Hurts, and Terry McLaurin.
Right. Philly's got a thing. I don't know. Zay Flowers is like a pain in the ass, isn't he?
I know, Martin. I get called cheating every bloody week, and they always get the better teams.
Really?
Give me.
You gotta go Henry.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm wondering how long it takes him to pick his player. In
Give
the
me Derrick
Orkney
Henry.
I know in the Orkney Bowl, it's got like 12 hours to pick the player, but you've not got 12 hours a year.
Bowl. Yeah, well, Pez. I can just imagine you in your first round draft pick in the Orkney Bowl. Oh, Johnny.
That'll be DeAndre, isn't it?
Because Johnny's fucking cheating. You know what I mean?
What? You got Odunze, you got Williams, you got some guy at running, DeAndre Swift. You
The
got
Bears
DJ
are playing.
Moore.
Where the fuck
You got,
are they?
you
Well,
got
they're playing the
Cole Kmet
Lions.
tight end.
And they're playing the Lions. I just leave it blank. You'll probably get more points.
I would go Odunze. It's Thursday, man.
Shit, man.
Did he just tell me to eat shit?
Oh, I can't eat shit. I just tell you to fuck off, but don't tell you to eat shit. That's a bit rude.
What about Caleb?
No.
He's already got it.
Against the Lions.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Detroit.
Aiden Hutchinson is hurt, right?
Yeah, but they're still pretty good defense.
They got Daniel Hunter, haven't they?
I would go Odunze or Allen, or no, Odunze or Moore. Those are your 2 options, really.
I'll go Moore actually because he was okay this week. Better than
DJ
normal.
Moore. Nice one.
Right, so now I need a flex and a quarterback. And I get a spin again. Like fuck, you got a giant there because I had to pick that one.
Come on, Panthers. Bryce Young. Oh,
It wasn't the Panthers, it was
It's just the
fucking one below.
Panthers.
It wasn't the Panthers.
18!
It was not the Panthers, it was the team below that I took out.
the
Well,
Texans. Well, you got to go CJ Stroud, right?
no, I'm actually going to go Collins.
Nico Collins. Leaving it up to get Will Levis as your quarterback. You're getting the
I'm hoping
Titans,
they I'm hoping they get Bryce wrong, to be honest. He actually played not too bad lately. Pez.
All right, Pez. Who do you got? You got the Patriots. Too bad you already got your QB.
You got a
I
tight
think
end and
you
a
need a
flex.
wide receiver and a tight end. Is
No.
that right? Or a
No,
flex
he
and a
needs
tight end.
a flex and a tight end. You got Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry, yeah, he's not having a terrible year.
He's his favorite. One of the favorites.
I don't know who else you would flex. I mean, who
Stevenson.
do they got? Polk. Who's their running back? Oh, Ramondre Stevenson. That people were picking in the second and third round last year.
And he's been pretty shit this year.
Right. Let me think about it.
All right, did we start the clock already, Johnny?
Give me Demario Douglas.
Demario. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love bold picks like that.
All right.
All right. I got 2 more picks.
You got
And
the
one of them
Jags.
is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh,
I need a running back.
You need a tight end and a quarterback.
And we have
Evan
Evan
Ingram.
Ingram.
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence.
If he
Problem
plays.
is,
He's
who do
out,
we
you
have?
know.
We have the Saints, we have the Jets, we have the Falcons, we have the Titans, we have the Bucks, we have the Chiefs. All right, I go Evan Ingram.
Well, I don't even know if Trevor Lawrence will be playing. It might be Mac Jones or Daniel Jones if he signs with him.
How good
Let's
would
see
that
what
be?
QB I'm getting.
Hey,
Baker.
Baker.
The new Danny DeVito. I don't know, Martin. Is that a better Italian?
Baker against the Panthers.
Oh, Baker against the Panthers. I love it. I think, my
the
team
Panthers,
is
the Panthers will pick
a little
frisky
good.
yesterday, actually.
The Saints. Chris
Oh,
Olave
Taysom Hill.
is hurt, I believe. How's
Taysom
Alvin
Hill. You need
Kamara?
a tight end.
Is this me?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you need a tight end.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom motherfucking Hill.
This would be the week he gets like 5 points.
0
Cheers,
points.
Johnny. Thanks for that. You big bellend.
You're very welcome, yeah.
He's going to get the Titans. You wait.
Of course he lands on the fucking Chiefs. Oh, what a surprise.
I'll take. Shut up, you. Yeah.
No, agree.
Well, I've got to go a quarterback, so I'll go Mahomes.
Oh, well, that's a shocker.
So actually, you know what I think will be fun for next week? You know how I actually don't always take it out? Just keep it going. You might end up with
Okay,
4
we can
players
do
from the
that.
same
Why
team.
not?
That'll
I
make
like
it a bit
that.
carnage if you get the Giants 3 times in a row.
I like that.
The Panthers.
I love it. You end up getting, the second string Giants tight end.
Yeah, even I'll be looking that up. No. Right, so we'll go on to the next one. So we'll get
Yeah, let's
through
do it.
That could be good. Could be.
The lock of the week.
Lock of the week.
All right. So anybody want to go first? This is my first time to look at
I'll go first before we start calling me a cheat and a liar and all that. But I'll go the Lions. And Martin has got the Seahawks.
So Pez, if you want to chime up, you can, or I'm just taking a look.
I'll go the Chiefs against the Raiders.
Chiefs versus Raiders.
That'll be hard.
Because they have 0 quarterbacks.
You know what I'm going with? I'm taking the Bengals.
Picks, by the way. Oh, no, not that one. Where is it?
I'm taking the Bengals over the Steelers at home.
Bengals.
Yes.
There we go. Then we'll go on to the next one.
The underdog of the week. If you have your underdog ready, go for it. Otherwise, I'm just taking a perusal here. I see the Browns are 5.5 underdog. So I am going to take the Browns as my underdog of the week over. No. I thought they were playing the Jets. No, wait.
I'm going to Seahawks. I think they're the underdogs. They're up by 1.5 points.
The Jets are underdogs right now.
I was going to say, are the underdogs? I don't know.
They were when they looked last night, but hold on, let's have a look.
Okay. Ooh, that would have been a nice underdog choice.
Ooh.
Oh, not anymore. I'll have to change that one. Bugger.
I'm going to go.
I'm taking the Eagles over the Ravens as my underdog.
Motherfucker, I should have shouted earlier.
I felt it. I felt you coming. I felt the heat.
You're going to Eagles.
You bastard, man.
You can take them, you know.
Oh, just a shout, if anyone's still listening, if you've got Brock Bowers as your tight end and you felt pretty all season, I start shitting your pants now because they have no quarterbacks.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew out for the season, broken collarbone. But they got McConnell's also
on IR with a thumb injury. They've got Desmond.
Well, they're going to be signing. They're going to sign Daniel.
They're going to go Daniel Jones, aren't they?
They are. They are. You know they are. You know.
What are you going for, Johnny?
The Saints.
The Saints.
Ooh. Yeah. At home to the Rams.
And who did you have, Pez?
No one at this moment in time.
He was going to go the Eagles, but you stole them off him. So
he can still get the Eagles. We're allowed to take the same teams, you know.
Do you know what? I'm going to go the Steelers.
We're on opposite sides.
That's who I was going to go, then I changed my mind.
We are on opposite sides.
And are you ready for the next one?
I am ready. Bold prediction of the week. So, I didn't have to make the bold prediction sound on this one, but to remind you from 2 weeks ago, I made a bold prediction that Tua would have 5 touchdowns with 1 to Tyreek Hill. He ended up with 3 touchdowns. And so I think I was pretty close, right? Johnny said Hurts and Daniels will both rush for a 75 yards and 1 touchdown. I don't think either of them had it that week. And Martin said there would be a 60-yard field goal. There was a 60-yard field goal made by Brandon Aubrey, but Mike McCarthy took it off the board and decided to go for points. So, Martin, sorry, that doesn't count. And Pez said Xavier Worthy would get 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. I do believe he got 1 touchdown last week, but I don't think he got 100 yards.
Nope.
Johnny, you would have to check my memory on that. I'm not exactly – I can barely remember what happened yesterday.
Let's see. Worthy. I'll check.
So, bold predictions, by the way, for those that are first listening to the show, this is where we come up with crazy and obviously impossible feats that will happen. Perhaps in next week games or perhaps something personnel-wise. Such as my bold prediction will be that Daniel Jones will be signed by the Raiders and the Raiders will have an upset victory. So mine is Raiders sign Jones and win.
You keep fucking taking my shit, you.
Well, I can't help it if, hey.
Right, I'll tweak it. A Desmond Ridder-led Raiders team is going to beat the Chiefs.
Okay, all right. I think that. That's it.
But then if they do sign Daniel Jones, I'll change it. If you want to say yours, Johnny, I'll figure something else out.
The Dallas Cowboys will get 14 sacks on Thursday night.
I love it.
I think he got 13. I got 13 last year against the Eagles.
Oh my! So Pez, you're changing yours.
No, my backup. If Desmond Ridder doesn't start, is the Bills are gonna beat the Niners, even with Brock Purdy back, by 3 scores.
They're on a roll.
Wait. We need you to be specific on your scores, because 3 scores could be 6 points. That's 3 safeties, my friend.
Fuck.
I think you mean 3 touchdowns. You mean by 3 touchdowns?
You mean 3 7-point touchdowns or 3 touchdowns of 18 points?
Or 3 safeties. Yeah.
Well, do you know what? It's not really a bold take because they lost by 28 points to the Packers. So I was trying to shoot from the hip here. Do you know what? Here you go. Here's one.
All right.
The Panthers will beat the Bucs at home. The Panthers will beat the Bucs at home, and it will be Bryce Young's coming out party with 0 interceptions and 3 touchdown passes. You happy with that? Is that bold enough?
Yeah. I love it.
What did you do last night?
You got 1 or 2?
You had no interception. You had 263 yards, 21 for 35 with 1 touchdown, but didn't throw any interceptions. He actually looked pretty good yesterday.
Do you know what? One of his touchdowns will be a rushing touchdown, just to add more spice to it.
No, I want Hubbard to get the rushing touchdown. Shut up.
Nope. Fuck Tuba Hubbard.
Yeah, Groovy has been a bit quiet this year. Doug's not been quiet in the home league, but yeah.
Yeah, I miss Groovy, man.
Was he a Niners fan?
Yeah.
Groovy.
Yeah.
They're pretty quiet in the chat.
On our show last year, man.
Let's go give him some shit. No, do you know what? I do remember him because we've had a back and forth in the past.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we beat Seahawks beat the Jets. The Niners are going to get destroyed away to the Bills. The Rams probably going to beat the Saints. The Cardinals are going to lose to the Vikings. That puts us nice and comfortable at the top of the West with another dominant. We retire Aaron Rodgers. Shit. That's the bold take, isn't it? Oh, fuck. Wipe everything I said off the board except for the Bryce Young. The Seattle Seahawks defense are going to retire Aaron Rodgers in this game. They're going to knock him out for the season. You
have a backup of a backup.
Of a backup. But I thought Rodgers wasn't playing.
It's like a
was already dropped.
Who?
I thought they were already talking about Rodgers on IR already.
Oh, there was rumours coming out saying they're either going to put him on IR, drop him, and all I know that is because he's petrified to play the Seattle defense. That's all I know.
I predicted 3 weeks ago that Rodgers would be out.
It's a week.
So I don't know if your bold prediction is exactly that bold.
It's a week prediction. The Seattle Seahawks defense are going to make him quit mid-game.
I love it.
He will be done.
I want to remind everyone to hit that like button because we get back-to-back bold predictions, and you don't get that anywhere else in YouTube.
Well, from Page, you get back-to-back bold predictions.
It's like my waivers queue. You've got to put them in priority. You've got to...
Pez says we're on a week-to-week, but each week he has like 9 different freaking bold predictions.
So does that mean that next week I've got to say that Aaron Rodgers will retire when he gets battered halfway through the game?
Somebody's got
you did
to.
the week before. Pez does it. I'll do it next week. So there you go.
Yeah, 3 old men in a pub and 6 pints is this show. That would be great if we can get all 3 of us together
a pint glass,
and live stream from a pub. Okay. I'll do a shot. You still have your pint
Cheers.
there, Pez. Cheers.
I've got it. Cheers.
Empty.
Well, no wonder after those predictions.
No
Thank you,
wonder
Martin.
he has 9 fucking predictions. He's been drinking his pint. Anyway, I want to remind everyone, with production like this and awesome inside analysis, with bold predictions such as ours, we deserve a like and a subscribe. So please hit that like button and subscribe button. It will certainly help us out. And with that, Johnny, do you have any closing comments?
No, well, if anyone does watch it, make sure, remember there is 3 games this week. I think the first one starts at 5:30.
Yeah.
And there's a game on Friday night, so try and make sure you get your team set. Unless you're playing me, feel free to put them all on a bye. I'll quite happily take the win. Thank you.
Johnny, would you be happy with a Giants victory on Thursday?
I might not be here on Monday. I'd probably die of a fucking heart attack.
Of happiness?
Or shock.
Shock. And
Total
Pez,
heart failure.
any more bold predictions or closing comments that we need to know?
No.
A couple of
no,
more
I
bold
think-
predictions, yeah. No.
No, I've got them all queued. Priority number 1, all the way to 9.
Excellent.
I've got a bold prediction for
them
you.
all written down for you. I've got them all written down.
Here's a bold prediction. Either myself or Pork will be more than happy than the other on Monday. Sure. There you go.
Hey, I'll be okay with a loss. But I know Micah Parsons, the competitor in him, he wants to win.
He
The
got off
best
the
thing
field
for the
yesterday
Cowboys
too.
is to lose. Again, Johnny?
I saw him limping off the field at some point yesterday though in the game. So
Yeah, but he was all smiles after the game, wearing some type of fur jacket. He was styling. He got the hoodie, the Arkansas hoodie. I love it. You're looking good, Pez.
Yeah, some
All right,
military
with that.
thing.
You got the American flag on the Arkansas hoodie. I love it.
Yeah,
Fit
man.
right in at Arkansas. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anyway, for Dr. Pez and Johnny back in the booth, I am the one and only Pork Belly. And with that, we will see you next week. Happy
see you
fantasy,
next
everyone.
week.
See you.
Happy Thanksgiving when it comes.